Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this orange glittery look. I actually love how it turned out. It's so beautiful. I actually got inspired by pumpkins, which is crazy. I've been seeing them all over social media because I mean it's fall time and I go to the stores and I see pumpkins all over and I really got inspired by the orange of it. So yeah, this is what I came out with. I wanted a orange look. I was like, you know what, I'm inspired by like pumpkins. I want this orange glittery look for my eyes, and yeah, it actually came out bomb. It's so beautiful. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So as you guys can see, I already did my eyebrows and I also did this eye, so I can just show you guys with this eye. And for this eye, I already primed my eyelid, and for that I did use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. For our eyeshadow, we are going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection, and it's on volume 3. In case you guys haven't seen my recent YouTube video that I just posted, was a vampy eye look, and I used the same palette, this one, to do it. So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys go see it. And to start out our eyeshadow, we are actually going to be using this orange right here, which is letter A2. And to blend that eyeshadow out, we're actually going to be using this brush right here, which is from Doe Color. We're going to be using this orange right up here. Just dipping in that color. And to start out this eyeshadow, I am actually just going to be tapping it right here on my crease. And I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit right here, not all the way down to our corner of our eye. We're just bringing it right here, all the way down here. Once we have that, I'm just gonna go ahead and just blend it out. Wait, before we start with all the blending, I did forget that our first step, we are actually gonna be using some tape. I'm gonna be putting this tape right here. Okay, so now we can continue blending. And when you blend this color out, make sure you bring it up all the way closer to your eyebrow. We want to blend it out a little bit past our crease, closer to our eyebrow. It is a soft color, so we can bring it up a little bit to our eyebrow. And the reason why I put that tape right here on the side of my eye, just because I want that look to look like this, kind of like sharped out with the eyeliner, and it's just gonna help you. That way you don't have to actually do the sharpness like the V-line with your brush. That way it will already be there with you put that tape in there. Once you take it out, you'll see it. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a bit more and tap it down again. So I'm just repeating this step. So I'm just tapping down the color and blending it out until I have that blended amount of color that I desire for my eye. Once we have that color blended out very well, we're moving on to the next eyeshadow. For the next eyeshadow, we are actually going to be dipping into this orange right here. This one is a very orange, kind of like pumpkin type of vibe. So this one is actually one of my favorite colors from all this palette, and it's in number 83. We're actually going to be using this fluffy brush that has a really pointy like point all the way on top, but it is very flat from the bottom. This is the one we're going to be using for this color right here. I'm just going to be tapping this color right here, and we're not going to throw the excess out away. We're just going to be tapping that color right here in our eyelid, grabbing a little bit more. I'm not throwing the excess, I'm keeping it, because the more you have, the better it's gonna, you know, show more in your eyelid. And the way I'm putting this in my eyelid is I'm just tapping the color down. You don't want to swipe the color with your brush, you just want to tap it down. And I'm actually going to go all the way up here to my crease. Make sure my crease has this color as well, because we're actually going to be blending in that color in that crease. So make sure you have a good amount of this orange in that crease, because this is the color that's going to make this eyeshadow pop, and that's what we want. So make sure you guys are putting a good amount of orange. You want this color to pop. We are going to be grabbing a blended brush, and it's very pointy from the top here. We're going to be using this brush to blend this crease in right here. Like I said, you wanted to make sure you had that orange color really good packed in that lid and also in that crease, because we're going to be blending it out. We're only going to be blending out the crease, so this side. Don't touch nothing in this lid, just blend out the crease right here. And when you blend it out, make sure you even go up a little bit up past your crease. That way this orange can be blended up with the other color right here. I'm kind of bummed though this year, because Universal Studio always has Halloween Horror Nights in LA, and that is what I look forward to for fall. It's like I get so excited. Last year we went with Sylvester and I really loved it. I'm low-key a chicken about it though, I ain't even gonna lie. But I really like it because it's so much different than, you know, where I grew up. Growing up in Kentucky, you don't have like Universal Studios. So we went to like they had a lot of like haunted houses, theme parks, and that's what we would go to. And that's what will get me excited. But once I came here and we went to Universal Studios Halloween, I was like, oh wow, this is like a whole different level. So I get so excited, even though I'm a chicken through like the mazes and stuff, but I get really excited. So kind of bummed out that this year they're not gonna have it. Next, we're gonna be grabbing this brush right here. We're gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and we're using the fluffier side. We're not gonna put any product on this brush. We are actually just gonna make sure everything is very well blended out right here on top, like where our eyeshadow ends right here closer to our eyebrow. We're just gonna blend that out very softly, very feathery, soft blending. We just want to make sure everything's blended out. We don't want no harsh blend, no harsh line there, so make sure it's very well blended out. For our eyeliner, we're actually going to be using the NYX Epic Ink liner, and it's going to be in color black. Moving on to our next eyeshadow, I'm actually using the Filling Orange from Touch in Soul. We're gonna be using this orange right here. It is so sparkly and so pretty. I love it. It definitely reminded me of Halloween, so I was like, I need to use this orange. We are gonna be using a very small flat brush. I'm gonna be just tapping this eyeshadow glitter right in our lid right here. Just grabbing some, tapping it in that eye. When it comes to glitter, the way you want to put it in your eye, you always want to tap that glitter in the place of your eye you want it to go. If not, it's gonna turn out a hot mess, trust me. So make sure you just tap that glitter right there. And for this glitter, I didn't need it to use any glitter glue, just because it already sticks to my eye. It doesn't go nowhere for this glitter. It's pretty kind of like an eyeshadow base type of glitter. We're gonna just remove this tape right here. As you guys can see, the eyeliner is so sharp, and that's what you guys want. Moving on to our face, we're actually going to be using the E.L.F. Porless Putty Primer. I put it basically all over my face. And if you guys had like fallouts from the spark, like from the glitter or from the eyeshadow down here, just grab some of your makeup remover and just clean that part out. Next, we're gonna be putting on our NYX Dark Circle Concealer. You guys have heard me talk about this concealer. It's became my best friend because I do have dark circles just because I do sleep late all the time. So that's kind of like my fault, and I just rub it in here underneath my dark circles, mainly right here. That's where I have my dark circles part. I've had really bad days, and this has covered those dark circles like a bad boy. Moving on to our foundation, I am going to be using these two right here. The first one is going to be the Milani Conceal+Perfect 2-in-1 07 Sand. For the second one, we're going to be using the Loreal Infallible 24 Fresh Wear, and it's actually in color 425. I do blend these two out because, as you guys can see, this one is too dark for me and this one is too light. So I just blend these out and make my perfect color. For the L'Oreal one, I actually just do 2 pumps right here in my hand. And then for the Milani one, I just do a really small 1 pump, just like this. And then with my foundation brush, I just blend that out. I just start putting this in my face. I kind of start tapping it in first because these foundations together, they're very full coverage. So I start patting it first where I want it to go, and then I just start mixing it in. But like I was saying, you guys, Universal Studios does have this Halloween theme called Halloween Horror Nights, and if you guys haven't experienced it and you guys come to LA, make sure you guys go there because it's an amazing experience. They're not gonna have it this year, hopefully next year they're gonna have it, but it is such a fun time. Like as soon as you walk, there's like people dressed in so many costumes of monsters. Yeah, I don't know how really to describe it. It's just, I know it's like the funnest part is just going through so many mazes. There's like pretty good amount of mazes. There are about like 8 mazes, and then they have a theme for each year. I believe last year was Stranger Things, and it was so much fun, you guys. Like it's over the top mazes, so you guys are definitely gonna have the time of your life. So definitely make sure you guys go. Don't forget to bring this foundation all the way down. Moving on to our concealer, we are going to be using the E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I don't do a lot. I do a little bit and then a little bit here. And I put a little bit here in my nose as well. With my Camo Concealer sponge, I just blend that out. With the same concealer, I'm going to be putting a little bit here in my forehead and just a little bit on my nose. Next, we are moving on to our translucent powder. I am using the Airspun translucent, grabbing my Camo concealer, making sure everything is smooth under my eyes. We're moving on to our contour. So for contour, we're going to be using the Kat Von D Light+Shade contour. It's in the color medium, and also it has names Lyric and Place Shadow. I'm grabbing a little bit of this powder because it is very pigmented. When I first got it, I made that mistake to grab it I actually grabbed a lot and I put it on and I was like, whoa, that's way too much. So when you're buying this product, or if you have this product, make sure you grab a little bit in your brush and start just building it up, because it is very, very, very pigmented. So we're actually going to go back to the palette that we first started with, and we're actually going to be dipping into this one right here, which is E3, and this is kind of like an orange peachy tone eyeshadow. We're going to be using this one to do our blush. Moving to highlighter, we are going to be using Wet n Wild Megaglo. Next, we're going to be grabbing our brush and we're just going to be throwing the translucent powder we put underneath our eyes. Next, we're moving on to another translucent powder. We're going to be using the Morphe setting powder, and it's in color Banana. Grabbing my beauty blender, and we're using the flat side. We're going to be using this one to sculpture that cheek down. Next, we're grabbing our butter bronzer, and it's in color Sunkissed bronzer. Grabbing a small flat brush, we're gonna be using this to contour our nose here. Going back to our Morphe setting powder, we're gonna be using the tip of the beauty blender, and we're gonna be grabbing this one just to contour that nose. Alright, so as you guys can see, I already went and put on my lashes. For my lashes, I actually forgot to show you guys, but for my eyelashes, I used this one right here, which is the Eylure Linden by Jasmine Brown. These ones have become one of my favorites lately, so these are my go-tos right now. Next, we are actually going to be removing all this powder that we have. I actually choose this eyelashes because I wanted the glitter that we put on our lid to definitely show, because that's the actual attention of your eyes, the glitter. So you want an eyelash that you choose to be very like fluffy and spread it out, that way your glitter can still see through your lashes. For our lip liner, we are going to be using the NYX lip liner in color Nutmeg. I'm gonna be grabbing my finger, and then I'm just gonna be kind of blending this out in my lip here. We're moving on to a lip gloss, and this one is from Milani in the color 120 She's All That. Last but not least, we're moving on to our setting spray. We're using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this pumpkin inspired eyeshadow orange I did. If you guys want to be very sparkly at nighttime, and this one is definitely a must. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe down to my channel for more videos, and hit that bell ring button so you guys can get notified every time I post a video. You guys are already watching my channel, so I know you guys like my videos, so click on that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. I do have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. That was it for today's, guys. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.